Alright guys, Manchester City have just beaten Bournemouth by 4 goals to 0. And for me, Bournemouth just set up for this game all wrong, to be honest. Scott Parker had them playing a 5-4-1 system, which, okay, first of all, you cannot play a single striker against Manchester City and not have anybody else up there with him, because especially with someone like Kiefer Moore, who is very much a hold-up player, so you need to lump it long to him and you need to get it directly to him because he's not the most mobile player ever. Um, and you need players around him who are going to help him because he can't keep the ball by himself for long when three Manchester City defenders surround him. There's nothing he can do. Man City will win the ball back. They will get possession and they will try to start another attack and so on and so on. And you cannot defend against that for 90 minutes and not concede. So, yeah, Bournemouth definitely set up for it all wrong. That's the first thing. Like the midfield four they had of Pearson, Lewis Cook, Tavernier, and who was the other one out wide? Christie. They weren't. They're not players who were going to get forward and help out Kiefer Moore enough. So obviously Dominic Solanke wasn't available today, but they needed a backup plan. Maybe even like just start Jamal Lowe. At least Kiefer Moore's not going to be as alone as he was up there, because that also gives you an extra player in midfield as well, if that makes sense, because you haven't got the two wide players who are a bit ineffective this game. Okay, they're sort of closing down the two fullbacks in Kyle Walker and Cancelo, but it just didn't do enough. So let's get into it. The first goal, brilliant hold-up play by Erling Haaland and a good finish by Gundogan. That just shows there is more to Erling Haaland's game than being a player who just runs in behind defensives and tries to score one-on-ones with the keeper. There is definitely more to his game than that, which a lot of people said that he will struggle in teams that play against low block. Okay, it might not be the best fit for him in terms of goal scoring, but he is more than just a goal scorer. He's a very good player. The second goal, oh my god, Kevin De Bruyne he's up there now. He's got to be up there with the best Premier League creative midfielders of all time. I'm talking Steven Gerrard, I'm talking Frank Lampard, I'm talking Cesc Fabregas, Paul Scholes, anybody. He's up there. Robert Pires, like what he's done for Man City over the past 7 years now, has been nothing short of ridiculous. And this goal, the outside the boot curl right into the bottom corner, was incredible. The third goal, once again, on the stream I was watching, they criticised Mark Travers in the Bournemouth goal a little bit, which I thought was harsh because you cannot expect that deflection to happen from Phil Foden's shot. So yeah, it only deflected a little bit, but it only needs to deflect a little bit from close range for the keeper to stick out a leg, and then he's positioned his chest all wrong, and then it just sort of bounces off his chest and rolls in. So definitely not Mark Travers' fault in my opinion. But yeah, in the first half, Bournemouth just struggled to get anything, in terms of like shots on goal, nothing. That's just how well Manchester City was set up in the first half. Gundogan, De Bruyne, all just brilliant. Gundogan is one of the best in the league now at just getting in the right position at the right time and to score a goal. Obviously, last season his game time was a bit more limited than the season before because of the form of Bernardo Silva. So Silva was the more popular pick for Guardiola throughout the season to go alongside De Bruyne and Rodri, who were both consistently amazing. Mahrez as well caused problems down the right hand side, but second half it was just a different game. There is no better manager in football than Pep Guardiola when it comes to game control. He knows exactly how to set his team up just to see a game out. It was done and dusted at half time, 3-0 up. And he just he made substitution, bringing Jack Grealish on because Grealish is one of the best at keeping hold of the ball and winning fouls. And in the second half, Bournemouth changed their system up slightly a little bit as well. They brought an extra attacker on, so that gave the Manchester City players more room out wide as opposed to going through the centre. Hence why Haaland was less involved in the second half. But João Cancelo and Jack Grealish on the left-hand side just absolutely tormented Adam Smith. I felt sorry for Adam Smith in the end because he's a footballer who over the past 6 or 7 years, or in the time he spent with Bournemouth in the Premier League, there's got to be a total of about 5 seasons now at least. He's someone who I feel's very much gone under the radar, like who never gets any plaudits because he was a very consistent performer for Bournemouth throughout their time in the Premier League in that 5 year stint they had at the end of the last decade. But obviously all the praise goes to players like Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, Junior Stanislas, who else? Well, many other players, David Brooks for a time as well, Charlie Daniels, Steve Kirk, and quite a few, Simon Francis. But I never felt Adam Smith got any sort of credibility for the consistency of his performances at right back. But yeah, he just got tormented by João Cancelo this afternoon. For the fourth goal especially, Cancelo just turned him inside out, put the ball low across the box, and unfortunately I think it was Jefferson Lerma who turned it into his own net. Not a lot he could do about it. But Cancelo was just on another level today. He is one of the best players to watch in world football at the minute when he's at his best, and he's a fullback. That is saying something, to be honest. But yeah, Man City had this wrapped up after about half an hour, so it wasn't the most interesting game ever. But they saw it through. The only chance I can really think of that Bournemouth got was Pearson had a half decent attempt on goal in the first half, but yeah, other than that, there was very little. I thought Bournemouth were desperately missing 2 players today. Zamora on the left wing back role. I thought Jack Stacey wasn't quite as effective as Zamora was when I watched him last week against Aston Villa, and of course Dominic Solanke. And I also found it strange how Philip Billing didn't get a start. I thought he could have maybe brought a bit more energy to that Bournemouth midfield, but yeah, Scott Parker made the decisions today, and I think he got a few of them wrong, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, it's another 3 points for City, and they are strong favourites for the title right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.